If you're wanting to learn how to build chatbots and leverage artificial intelligence from OpenAI into your application, then this course is for you. In this course, we go over the theory and the implementation. So you don't just understand the theory, but you understand how you can put together a full-fledged, full-stack application. Now, a lot of the courses you see don't talk about everything that needs to be talked about. It only goes over how to create a project maybe, but it doesn't talk about how to deploy, how to scale, and how to allow other users to use your application. This course is different. We go over everything you need to know to create a full stack chatbot application that you can implement into your own software or deploy it as a standalone product. This course starts by going over a refresher on Python and FastAPI. Python is the main programming language for this course, while FastAPI is the framework that we're going to be using to leverage web elements. We then dive straight into creating a chatbot using and harnessing the power of OpenAI and their models. We then go ahead and create a full stack application with a user interface that's completely responsive, which means it looks nice on a mobile phone as well as a computer screen. And then we deploy the entire chatbot on Amazon Web Services, so the whole world can use your application. Now, let's talk about the chatbot that we're going to be creating. This artificial intelligence chatbot will be able to reply to any question you ask in natural language. Not only can it be a virtual assistant or a helping hand, it can also generate images for you using the DALL-E API endpoint. So whether you're wanting a new image to be created out of nowhere, or if you want it to be your virtual assistant, this course will cover everything from not having a project to having one deployed for the world to use. So if this all sounds intriguing to you and you want to learn how to harness artificial intelligence, well, I'll see you in the next video, and I hope I see you in the course. Welcome to this course on how we can leverage FastAPI, Python, and OpenAI to create you a full stack chatbot application. Now, OpenAI might be one of the most disruptive technologies ever created, but we're going to teach you how to use this artificial intelligence technology and how to leverage its power to make you a better developer. So not only are we going to be able to create an application that is using UI elements and all the modern ways of creating a web application, we're going to be using OpenAI and implementing a chatbot that you can talk to that can also generate images. Now, I've been using OpenAI and ChatGPT in my daily life for a while now, and I'm glad I can use all of this knowledge to help create the best course I possibly can. I'm so excited to go on this journey with you, so let's go ahead and jump into the course and get started. All right, so before we dive into the course, let's go over some of the course content. All right, so to start, we have this introduction. Now, the introduction is going to cover a few things to get us ready for the course. After the introduction, that'll lead us to our Python and FastAPI refresher. Now, this is a section of the course that'll get you totally caught up in Python and FastAPI if you've been out of it for a little while. Or if you're a beginner, it'll show us the introduction to Python and FastAPI. From here, we're going to go over the OpenAI overview. OpenAI is a company that is going to be hosting a lot of the API endpoints that we're going to be working with. We're then going to go over the OpenAI essentials, which is kind of all the arguments that we need to pass into each API endpoint to successfully create and work with the models from OpenAI. We're then going to learn about tokens because tokens are essential to being able to work with OpenAI and be able to work with chatbots that we create. After that, we're going to learn prompt engineering and what makes a good prompt for when we need to either on the backend side correct prompts to make them more useful for our bots or for the users to properly type them in more successfully. We're then going to build a personal chatbot. This personal chatbot will be hosted on a full stack application that we have deployed that we can talk to anywhere we want. So like I said, this personal chatbot is going to be a full stack application that's fully deployed that anybody can use. We are then going to enhance this full stack chatbot to be able to generate images for us. So this chatbot will not only be able to answer our questions using natural language, but it's also going to be able to generate images. And then lastly, once we create the perfect chatbot, we're going to deploy this chatbot on Amazon Web Services. I'm excited for you to be here in the course, and I will see you in the next video. How to get the most out of this course. Well, your success matters to me, and I want to make sure that you get the most out of this course that you can. The first thing to do is watch all of the videos. It can be easy to start a new topic in a section and then start looking up answers before the section is over. I always tell my students to complete the entire section first, as the course is made in such a way that makes you think while learn. I use practical examples to show the theory on what is getting covered in the videos and making sure that they are aligned to give you the most knowledge as possible. But always make sure you're watching the video at your own pace, because everyone is different. So speed me up if I'm talking too slow, or slow me down if I'm talking too fast. Remember, this course is about your learning. Therefore, adjust the video to your liking. Now, there are also some exercises in this course. The exercises and solutions are in the same video. So always try to answer the question before watching the solution. This may need you to be a little bit more interactive, as you could possibly have to pause the video before seeing the solution. Now, if you finish a section and you have a question on the specific topic, I highly recommend you search the additional information first. This is because searching for additional information allows you to practice navigating many different documents to find your solution. The skill of being able to search and find information is so important that anytime there's a chance for you to do it, I highly suggest you try. But as always, if you get stuck, feel free to ask questions in the Q&A section. I'm a highly responsive instructor, and someone from the Coding with Roby community will answer your question within 24 hours. Also, if you see another student ask a question that you know the answer to, feel free to jump in and help. Just because you're a student doesn't mean you can't also be the instructor. This doesn't just help the student asking the question, but it also helps you understand and learn even more. All right, well, this wraps up this video on how to get the most out of the course, and I will see you in the next. So before we dive into what OpenAI is, well, let's talk about ChatGPT versus OpenAI, because there's been a ton of talk and a lot of media around ChatGPT. So starting with ChatGPT, ChatGPT is a product designed to generate human-like responses to text input. ChatGPT is a web application where you can type text and hopefully the application will generate the correct response that you're looking for. So ChatGPT comes in two different versions. There's the free 3.5 GPT model version, and then there is the GPT-4 model version that is associated with a cost per month. ChatGPT is trained on massive text sets, including articles, social media, code, blogs, and there's so much more. It has just been completely consuming data on the internet and data that has been imported into ChatGPT. So how does ChatGPT work? Well, to the user, it is supposed to act like a virtual assistant. You ask ChatGPT a prompt, which is also known as a text input, and you get a response based on the prompt that was inputted. So behind the scenes, ChatGPT is using a large language model, which is either GPT 3.5 or GPT-4. GPT is a product from the company OpenAI. Well, now that we know ChatGPT is a product from OpenAI, let's go ahead and discuss OpenAI. Well, at the core of OpenAI, it is a AI, artificial intelligence research and deployment company. Now, OpenAI's mission is to ensure that artificial intelligence benefits all of humanity. OpenAI is the company that owns ChatGPT, and ChatGPT has been one of the most disruptive pieces of tech and products that have been released in the recent years. So ChatGPT launched in 2022 and is an AI tool originally built on top of a model known as GPT-3, which is currently a legacy model. Now, ChatGPT provides a conversational interface that allows users to ask questions in a natural language. But now OpenAI's chatbot, ChatGPT, is on a different level than majority of chatbots out there. So we are going to be leveraging OpenAI to create our chatbot. So how are we going to leverage OpenAI? Well, OpenAI has some APIs, so application programming interfaces. So OpenAI has public APIs that can interact with their GPT models. These are the same models that ChatGPT uses behind scenes. The APIs are ways for us to communicate with these models and be able to create our own chatbots that are separate from ChatGPT. We can customize how these applications interact with these models to create a personalized chatbot for our application. Now, a way for us to be able to use these APIs before we implement them into our application is by using OpenAI Playground. Now, OpenAI Playground is a web-based platform that allows users to interact with different OpenAI models. And when you sign into your OpenAI account, you'll be able to go to the Playground where we can change the mode to chat, we can change the model, whether that's 3.5 or 4, temperature, maximum length, stop sequences, and others, as well as changing the system, user, and assistant prompts, which we'll get into later in this course. So this platform allows you to be able to change how these models interact based on a few arguments. And we will go over these arguments in a future video. All right, well, this wraps up the OpenAI overview, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, hey everybody, if you want to experiment a little bit more with tokens, you can go to platform.openai.com/tokenizer. This is part of the OpenAI ecosystem, and you don't need to have an account to be able to go to this website. So Tokenizer, it's the GPT family of models processing text using tokens, which are common sequences of characters found in text. The models understand the statistical relationship between these tokens and excel at producing the next token in a sequence of tokens. So as long as we can use the tool below to see what type of tokens we would be creating. All right, so in the very beginning, we can see I already have welcome to coding with Roby. If we scroll down, we can see that welcome to coding with Roby is 7 different tokens over 26 characters. So welcome is its own token, to is its own token, coding is its own token, with, and then ROBY, and then exclamation mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tokens total. If you went ahead and said coordinates to the treasure, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tokens over 27 characters, where we can see coordinates has 3, and then each word itself only has 1. So it's easy to remember that about 4 characters equals 1 token. So if we went ahead and submitted this as a user input to our OpenAI application, this is going to take 6 tokens as an input. But there's often times where each word is its own token. For example, if I typed in "I love summer days," we can see that this only uses 4 tokens over 18 characters, where each word is representing its own token. Now, something that's super nice about all of OpenAI's documentation is there's examples where they already have a ton created. So here we can see many words mapped to one token, but some don't, and then indivisible. So we can see that each of these are each their own token, and then indivisible is not, and the apostrophe T are not. So Unicode characters like emojis may be split into many tokens containing the underlying bytes. So this is a great thing to see that we are passing in a hand emoji, and a hand emoji is based off of Unicode characters. And here we can see that each byte of the Unicode is representing a token. And then sequence of characters commonly found next to each other may be grouped together. So they have a sequence of numbers, and here we can see that the sequence of numbers is representing some different tokens throughout. And if we wanted to send something like this in, this would be 252 characters and 64 tokens total. So the relation of tokens per character is the same for inputs and outputs. The price per token is slightly different. But you can see that if we are returning something like this, the input and the output will be 64 tokens and 252 characters. All right, well, I hope this helped a little bit with understanding tokens, and I'll see you in the next video.